What is up, my chinions? How's it going? I hope you're all having a good morning. I am Slacker. I have a big chin. And today we have a big Enlisted update. Not just because it's 69. You know, it's everyone's favorite number. But aside from that, we actually have some big stuff to talk about. So, each issue of our series focuses on a certain aspect of the game or a particular mechanic in which we correct smaller but noticeable bugs and a few interesting features. I came here to shoot properly. Recently you noticed that kills with the M7 and M8 grenade launches were not counted as grenade kills, but now everything should be in order. I didn't even notice that because, you know, grenade launchers are grenade launchers. A similar problem was observed with the Solitherm S18-100. Now kills with it count as special weapon kills. Very cool. We increased the recoil control of the Fedorov MG to match that of the Fedorov Automat. Now it will be more comfortable to shoot with. For anyone who already knows, the Fedorov MG and the Fedorov Automat are already incredibly strong. Like very strong. Arguably like some of the best weapons in the game. Just because they're very comparable to the Type A Auto, if not better, because there's no occlusion. So they're kind of unicorns right now in the game. Like only the Soviets get something that strong as an assaulter or an MG. It would be nice if other nations got something comparable, but I digress. While aiming with the M1941 Johnson LMG, the eye position was too close to the rear sight compared to the Johnson M1941 rifle. We moved the camera back to make these two weapons similar. Okay. I mean, considering like screwing around with the Johnson LMG. I know Ice Cream and Squirrelsy doesn't like it very much, but you know what? Might be worth a shot. The MP28 extended mag, MP28 7.65mm, and the Beretta M38 42's rate of fire have been increased to 550 rounds a minute. Now they are more deadly in close combat. So this is huge because what this means is now Germany actually has a sort of strong entry-level BR2 SMG. What I mean by that is the Beretta M1918 was always my go-to because of its 900 RPM rate of fire, but now they have something that's similar to, like comparable to like a PPS-42, a Lanchester, a Type 2A. Like every other nation has like a 600 RPM 30-ish round SMG at BR2. Now Germany is closer to having something like that. I believe that should be the standard for every nation. So yeah, it's good that they're changing a couple weapons. And Japan's MP28 getting that change as well. It might be better than the Type 2A now because it's 50 rounds. I believe the recoil is better. I think the Type 2A has 4 horizontal recoil and the MP28 has 2. But that rate of fire increase with its 50 rounds might make it like quite viable now. So something to consider. Speaking of which, the FG42 and FG42-2, as well as their variants, have not been left unchanged either. Their base damage has been increased to 12.7. Fantastic news. Additionally, the FG42 grenade launcher's rate of fire has been increased to 900 rounds a minute. Awesome. So, for myself, I'm a big fan of, you know, historical representation. Maybe not necessarily like historical accuracy. And this is another step towards that. Now, some people will probably complain, you know, now it's stronger than like the AVS and AVT. That's true. What I would do with the AVS and AVT is I'd buff their rate of fires because I think they're about 800 and 750 respectively, and maybe even give the AVT a bigger mag. So it aligns better with these. I'm fine with the AVS sticking with the 15 round. It's got 15.8 damage. But anyways, 5 rockets is good, but 6 is even better. You can now carry 1 more rocket with the Panzerfaust 100. Very good. The Golden Beretta M1934 is a pistol that you want to just admire, but due to the bug, the soldier holding it is staying in an unnatural pose in the hangar. We fixed it. The M10 GMC can hardly be called a tracked firing point, but the loader clearly thought otherwise. Worry not, he won't be able to fire his personal weapon inside the... Oh yeah, that's right. What was it, Blitz Ops? Yeah, Blitz Ops, who was... he posted a short where he climbs on top of a Wolverine and the loader just turns around and shoots him. It was hilarious. So I guess that isn't happening anymore, for better or for worse. Okay, last year we made several improvements to the rider class, but changes didn't end there. We just moved all motorcycles to BR1, plus they now unlock earlier than motors. So the BR of these squads now only depend on the weapons they carry. That's sick. So I've been wanting a reason to use the rider classes. I guess now I will put them in my BR1 loadouts. Hell yeah. Shooting is an integral part of the game, but we haven't forgot about melee enthusiasts either. In this update, we have halved the cooldown of the melee charge, so you can now show the power of cold steel to your enemies more often. I like that. Something to, reward you for playing aggressively. Everything should be in its place. The experience required to fully unlock a squad now depends on where its weapon or vehicle is located in its research tree. This also fixes the situations where some squads require more experience than others in the early tiers of the research tree. That definitely includes the rider class, so now the rider class is definitely going to be a lot more fun to play. The jet power update changed the BR of several weapons and vehicles. This led to a mismatch between their new BR and their price that we had to correct manually. From now on, this will automatically change, which will help avoid similar situations. We have also made complaints against dishonest players clearer by changing the reason unsporting behavior to use of unauthorized software. This way you will know exactly why you're reporting a player. That's good. Do you have unused parachutes, radios, or knives in your inventory and their presence bothers you? No problem, you can now sell them for 5 silver. A clean warehouse is worth it. For players using a gamepad, we have added a small improvement. When you sell something, there will now be a shortcut for the all available button. And we also fixed a bug where both versions of the Tiger 2 H's winter camouflage were highlighted in the customization menu when one of them was selected. New mission. This update also expands the list of missions in Burma. Commanders who prefer the US or Japanese armies can now meet in the Mine Sarah destruction mission. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't even realize we didn't have a destruction mission. Supply boxes. Last week we told you about the preliminary changes to the paratrooper supply boxes. Based on your feedback, we have adjusted their contents and are now ready to show you the final version. Let's take a look. As far as I can tell, I don't see anything different for the Soviets. There probably are some differences, honestly. I'm just going to briefly look at them, but I'm not going to worry about them too much. I believe this might have been like an M19 28A1 or something before, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm not seeing the difference here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so the BR1 to 2 Japanese supply box had a Type 97, and it was like a bit of a nerf against everything else that had like a launcher. So that's the one that I for sure notice. But yeah, we appreciate your feedback. Lots of exciting game mechanics have been realized or improved thanks to your ideas. We are watching our communities and other enlisted sites and regularly check the forum for your feedback and reports. So share, suggest, and report. Awesome. I'm going to take a look at the FG and the MP28s. So I will be right back. All right. First off, let's look at the FGs. So I don't have any FG42s, so just as a fair comparison, I'm going to try out the stock FG42-2 first. Get an idea for the recoil. Okay, so stock, it's like kind of controllable. I know that the FG42-1, the stats are a little bit worse. Plus this rate of fire increase, so it's a lot higher. Without controlling it, yeah, it just kind of climbs up. So I think what this will do is this will give everyone a side grade. This FG42 is going to be a good close combat option. because that 990 RPM fully upgraded, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to control that recoil, but this will be a lot better in close quarters, which is fantastic. And then let's take a look at M38 42. I don't think I have any of these. Yeah. Oh, I could buy one for one more silver. Yeah, so 550 base, that means it's going to have 640 upgraded, which I think that's what the Irma EMP has. So if I pull out my Irma EMPs, so Beretta will be more like this now, which is very cool. Plus it'll have 40 rounds in the mag. So actually going to be a pretty strong weapon. And speaking of strong weapons now, here's the Type 2A, 5.6, 600, and then 32 round magazine, or 30 round. Now this guy, 5.5 at 550 with a 50 round magazine, is actually going to be a pretty strong contender. I think I have that weapon. I don't know if I have it upgraded though. Let's take a look. Yeah, I have one that's not upgraded, but anyways. I think this might be, I might buy these. I don't know, we'll see. Definitely feels faster. As you can see, it's barely even moving. Like, if I don't control it, and I just ADS, it barely moves. So, to anyone that plays Japan BR2 still and doesn't play Japan BR3, I'd recommend getting those. Because these are... I'm honestly thinking they're stronger than the Type 2A now. Yeah, slightly worse rate of fire, but what you get for it is, like, insane. So, yeah, that's it for the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next time.